family is not rich, which I don't really care about, but after this list of the top 10 richest families in America you never knew about, I'm kinda wishing maybe I was part of these families. I mean, imagine being able to say, oh yeah, my family founded the Mars bar. And also, make sure to subscribe if you like this video. But anyway, with that, let's start off with this countdown at number 10 with the Mars family. When you hear the word Mars, one of two things probably come to mind. One being the planet Mars, and two being the candy Mars bar. Well, that's the one I'm talking about. Some family members work at the company and serve on the board of directors. Mars was founded in 1911 when Frank Mars started selling candy out of his kitchen in Tacoma, Washington. Frank's son, Forrest Sr., joined the company in 1929 and helped his father develop the malt-flavored nougat that became the basis of the Milky Way. A multi-generational family business that is widely popular today, the company is better known for making M&Ms than for its Mars bar now. In 2017, the world's largest candy company diversed with the purchase of VCA, which is a pet care company, for $9.1 billion. Siblings Jacqueline and John Mars, whose grandfather Frank Mars founded the company, each has a net worth of $31.7 billion and are tied for number 41 on Forbes' list of billionaires. The company is now being run by some of their children, the fourth generation of Mars family members. Now coming in at number 9, the Gallo family. More than a dozen descendants of brothers Ernest and Julio Gallo inherited the California winery they founded in 1933. E&J Gallo Winery, the largest winemaker in the world, pulled in an estimated $5 billion in revenue in 2019. The Gallo family fortune is derived from a few avenues. The brothers founded the world's largest winemakery in Modesto, California. Their other brother Joseph assisted with the family business until he opened his first dairy company and sold cheese as Joseph Gallo Cheese. Ernest and Julio even won a bitter lawsuit in 1992 against their brother Joseph over his use of the Gallo name for his cheese business. His children now run Joseph Farms, while the descendants of Ernest and Julio run E&J Gallo Winery, which generates estimated annual revenues of $3.8 billion. The company, however, sells more than wine these days, having added liquor to the list as well, with the whole family's net worth being around $10.7 billion and sitting on 15,000 acres in the Central Valley of California. Number 8, Johnson family. So based on the title, I'm sure you can guess which one this is about, but if not, maybe this will jog your memory.
We work hard, so you don't have to.
All over the bathroom.
SC Johnson, a family company.
Robert Wood Johnson founded health products giant Johnson & Johnson in 1886, providing the world with dental floss and first aid kits. His son, Robert Wood Johnson II, was nicknamed the General and took over the family business in 1932, in the process turning it into a global brand. The General and brother Seward Johnson both passed with enormous fortunes. The General left the bulk of his to the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. The rest went to heirs including Woody Johnson, the New York Jets owner and scandal-plagued ambassador to the UK and the Trump White House. Woody's 2017 federal financial disclosure said that he had $1.7 billion in wealth outside of the Jets. Recent ones are unclear on where those assets stand. The company is one of the largest financial services firms in the world, providing investment services to millions of people. The firm is now run by Johnson's granddaughter, Abigail Johnson, who ranks 75th on the Forbes billionaires list and a net worth of $21.2 billion. Number 7, the Rockefeller family. John D. Rockefeller became America's first billionaire after founding Standard Oil in 1870, which eventually controlled a majority of the country's oil refining. He and his son, John Jr., dedicated themselves to philanthropy, giving away more than $1 billion and establishing the University of Chicago. In 2016, the Rockefeller Family Fund, a family philanthropic entity, made waves when it announced it would divest from all fossil fuel investments. John's grandson, David, was the oldest living billionaire at the age of 101 before his passing in 2017. His will designated most of his wealth for charity. The family's fortune is now split among 174 members, and in total, the family's net worth is $11 billion. Number 6, the Butt family. Florence Butt founded H-E-B grocery store in Texas in 1905 when Florence Butt opened a small grocery store with just $60. Her son Howard expanded throughout the state when he took over the company in the 1920s, renaming it H.E. Butt Grocery Company in 1928. Howard's son Charles got his start as a bag boy at age 8 in the 1940s and succeeded his father as CEO in 1971. His son Charles is a majority shareholder and currently runs the company, which has 400 stores in Texas and Mexico and generates $25 billion in annual sales. Halfway at number 5, the Cathy family. Samuel Truett Cathy founded the famous fast food chain Chick-fil-A in 1967. Since then, the family-owned business has remained in the hands of second and third generation family members. Truett's sons Dan Cathy and Don Cathy run the company as CEO and executive vice president. Dan Cathy grew up doing odd jobs in his father's restaurants, including scraping chewing gum from table bottoms with a butter knife. They each have reported net worth of $5.5 billion according to the Forbes 100. When Dan became CEO of Chick-fil-A in 2012, it sparked a nationwide protest that he made anti-same-sex same-sex marriage remarks. Number 4. The Mellon Family. The Mellon family fortune originated when Thomas Mellon invested in coal and real estate in the 1860s. He was so successful he used the investment to become a judge and invested his income in real estate and later banking. He then left his fortune to his children to grow. Between his direct descendants and future generations, they did just that, investing in companies that later became Alcoa and Gulf Oil, now Chevron, and owning companies in media and the railroad industry. Matthew Mellon was the face of the family until his untimely passing in April 2018. The family now has a net worth of $11.5 billion. Number 3. The Duncan Family. Dan L. Duncan founded gas and oil company Enterprise Products Partners in 1968 with just $10,000. Before striking gold in pipelines, Dan grew up poor in rural Texas and was raised by his grandmother after losing his mother at age 7. After he passed away in 2010, the company remained under family control and his 4 children inherited a $10 billion estate. The family fortune has since more than doubled with a net worth now of around $24.8 billion. Miranda is now the only one of Dan's children with a role in the company, serving as chairman of the board since 2013. Now coming in at number 2, the Koch family. Fred C. Koch started America's largest private company, Koch Industries, when he co-founded the Wood River Oil and Refining Company in 1940. His son Charles took over as chairman and CEO after he passed in 1967. 3 other sons, Frederick, David, and William, or Bill, also inherited stakes. A power struggle among the brothers led to the ouster of Frederick and Bill, whose shares were reportedly bought out for nearly $800 million in 1983. Brothers Charles and David Koch expanded their father's oil refining firm in Colomagate, Koch Industries, after their other brothers, Frederick and William, left the business following a failed takeover. Today, Koch Industries generates roughly $100 billion in revenue annually. David Koch, who stepped down from a leadership position in the company in 2018, has pledged to contribute more than $1.2 billion to cancer research, hospitals, education, and cultural institutions through the David H. Koch Charitable Foundation. Both brothers reportedly secretly funded some of the biggest summer movies of 2017, including Wonder Woman. Coming in at number 1, Walton family. The Waltons are the richest family in America and, by some measures, the wealthiest in the world. At the top of the value chain in 2022, Alice, Jim, and Rob Walton are each worth around $60 billion and ranked number 16, 18, and 19 on Forbes billionaire list. Walmart is a retail behemoth, founded by Sam Walton in Arkansas in 1962. Walmart is now the world's largest company by 2021 revenues, with $524 billion and over 2.3 million US associates. If Walmart employees comprised their own city, it would be the 3rd most populated American city. Kinda crazy to believe. The company operates approximately 10,000 retail stores worldwide, with 4,742 stores in the US as of May 2022. That's known for big box stores in rural and suburban America. Walmart is celebrated for its low price products and criticized for its labor practices. The company failed to bring its big box consumer lifestyle to New York City, unlike its competitor Target. And that was the top 10 richest families in America you never knew about. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.